guys, how you doing? Give a Loser here, and this is my request how to play Guajira or Cha-Cha on the guitar. This is a specific chord progression that I put together. It's not a specific song, but it's a picking that I'm sure you'll find useful, and it sounds something like this. Check the upcoming videos, guys, where I'll break this note for note. Thank you for watching. God bless. Hey guys, how you doing? By request, Guajira Cha-Cha-Cha style, and here's a little piece I prepared for you. Check the upcoming videos for explanation note for note. God bless, guys. Hey guys, how you doing? Give a Loser here, and today we're gonna learn how to play the Cuban Guajira. Played the first two parts of 4 parts that we're going to be learning. That I'm going to put somewhere here a link so you guys can go one video back. The previous video I've uploaded, you can hear the whole thing being played. It's not very difficult, but I know some of you have asked for this kind of extra styles. Now, the Cuban Guajira is also known as the Cha-Cha, but I really feel, especially I'm a dancer as well, and I do feel differences when I dance a more modern style cha-cha or the older, more traditional from Cuba. And let's say a more modern one would sound more like a rhythm instead of a walking bass. So there is a few differences left and right, especially from percussive aspect as well. And speaking of percussive, you guys can download free. I have in my description a zip download folder where I have MP3s of loops for 2 minutes where you can play along with percussions of cha-cha or the Guajira, and one is slowed down and the other one is faster, so you guys can practice or play for as fast as you like. Now let's get started. We start from the top 6th string, counting from down up, this here of each string, and we're going to play open. Then place down your middle finger on the 2nd fret, and then your pinky on the 4th fret. Then shape an A minor chord and play the 5th string, that's our middle bass. Then with the index finger, the 3rd string, with your middle, the 2nd, and with your ring finger, the 3rd. So a roll down. Here we go one time with the walking bass. Then shape a D minor and pluck the last bass, or if you like the 4th string. A roll down as before. That's index, middle, ring. Then shape an E major chord. Do a roll down, but first pluck the 6th string, or E bass. repeat with the walking bass. Do it as many times as you like. Get the hang of it. Try it with the loops. Alright, let's go for the second part. Usually you want to play that twice and then go for another style of picking pattern to keep it interesting. We start from the same walking bass, A minor, middle bass, but now instead of doing a roll down, we're going to pluck the fourth string that's under the middle bass, the D string, while holding our A minor, and then all three bottom treble strings together. Just make sure you put your fingers through and pluck up. Just one time, let's do it. Then with your ring finger, go on the sixth string again and pluck the third bass. Then pluck on the sixth string again with your index the first fret. Then shape an E major chord and pluck that bass open. Two roll downs on the treble strings, index, middle, ring, third, second, first, but it feels a little bit offbeat. So it's not a smooth roll down as the other one. You don't want to do it like that. One time and then we'll do the last one. Now without the walking bass, just change to an A minor that's moving the same fingers from the E major one string down, and plug the double basses we learned before, the middle and the fourth string, the middle bass and the fourth string. Three fingers together as before, just like before, E major, but this time one roll down. And you can start again from the first pattern. Our first part. Then we're going to learn how to play a little bit more complicated here, along with some strumming pattern. Check out the next videos, guys. God bless. Hey guys, how you doing? Give a loser here, and this is how to play the Cuban Guajira part 2. Video to catch up on the first pattern, and this will help you learn this one a little bit faster. Now we will execute on the second time around the same. By the way, I apologize if you hear a little bit of music in the background. There is a music auditorium on top and they're rehearsing until 12 as always. Alright, let's start with the walking basses that we did on the first video. Roll down the D, but instead of doing a roll down on the D, we're going to plug the bass, the D bass, or the last bass over the fourth string, and this time plug the third, the second, and the first string together. Now plug the middle bass, the A bass, open, and have your index ready on top on the first fret. Then go one fret more down. Our second walking bass. Let's put it together. Roll down all together, walking bass. Then place your ring finger, bear with me for this one guys, place your ring finger on the fourth string on the third fret and pluck that by itself. Then middle finger down on the second fret on the third string and pinky down on the third fret of the second string, and plug with your index and your middle, those two together, the third and the second string. It's not the easiest chord fact that one by one the fingers can go on there. Index, 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 ring finger, both together. The ring, the middle, and the pinky. Alright, one time together and then we'll finish it. Then with your index you're going to do a little fast jump now on the first fret of the 6th string, that's our top bass here. And right when you lift it, very fast shape an E major chord and plug it open, and then with your index the 3rd string, and then with your middle and ring finger the 2nd and 1st string. With it, and make sure you check the description for the direct download of the cha-cha loop. There's a slowed down version, and you guys can practice with that and stay on beat and follow the previous lesson. Check also the first video where I play it and you guys can hear it a few times. Have fun with it. Make sure you comment and rate. See you on the next video, guys. Hey guys, how you doing? Give a loser here, and this is our final 3rd part for the Cuban Guajira. It's a very fine rhythmic way of playing. It's got some strumming in it, some quadruple picking there, and that's why I wanted to do a separate lesson on it, to take my time explaining it to my guitar friends. And if you followed the previous 2 lessons, what we have here is our, just as before, walking bass on the A minor, but this time instead of plugging the middle bass by itself, you want to plug, as in the other examples, together the 3 treble strings with your index, middle, and ring, but with the bass. You just crunch down the fingers a little bit inside like that. And as you go back to pick those strings again, shape a bar chord here. Now this is a G chord. It's on, my bar is on the 3rd fret. If you like, I'm going to have a video here for some ways of holding the bar chords, might be useful. And mute the strings by lifting straight away up. And the F chord, that's 2 frets higher, the same shape. Lift up your bar and slide 1 fret up, straight up the fretboard, and that will give us the E chord. It's a nice little shortcut for it. So, and here we want to do with the index up, down, down. And then we go for a nice little bass run again. Second time around, to change slightly the pattern on the A minor, just down, up with the index, and as you come up, twist your wrist out a little bit, and that way you'll have enough force to come and hit the bass strings with the side of your thumb, the bone here, and the metal of the basses will come and hit the metal frets on your fretboard, and that will create a little bit percussive. Now in these examples I don't play too hard because I have it connected and it's just gonna drive us nuts. Now here comes the little tricky part. I'll try to break it down as best as possible. When I do the hit, I change very fast to that G as we talked about before, so I'm ready to strum upwards with either the index or all the fingers and mute them. And as I come down to hit, when I hit, I go up again 2 frets. And as I hit again, I change. So we have this little... I hope I explained it good enough. I'll play one more time the whole shebang slow. minor. You can either strum down or pick out. And again, it's up to you the bass alterations you want to use in this strumming, because it gives a different feel. And make sure you comment right, guys. I hope you guys like these lessons. There'll be more and more coming all the time. God bless. See you in the next video.